I just bought this car. It's just a daily. So I'm just gonna clean it up. Checked everything out on the engine. The engine is in great shape. I don't know where all this oil is because we had it parked on concrete. We're looking for a leak for about 30 minutes and there's no leak. The AC doesn't work. You can hear that hissing. That's just air in it. So we're gonna clean it with Purple Power degreaser, and we'll see how it comes out. And we'll do an oil change on it afterwards, and the filter, oil filter, and the coolant. Definitely the coolant. Let me see if I can get a shot of the coolant. That coolant, almost a brown color. The cabin filter, we have a new one to replace that too. It was parked for about a year, the guy said, and he said everything worked fine. The only thing so far we could see that haven't been fine is the AC, but it's like it sprung a leak. I don't know when, but everything else seems to be good. It's a Volkswagen Jetta 2002 TDI. Interior looks good. That's the cabin filter over there. I mean, that was the only damage on it, and I'm talking only, I mean top, everything is clean. Got a tiny little hitch. I don't know what you would tow with that thing. It's got the correct rim in the back. It's a bad cut in the tire. Yeah. We'll go ahead now on the tint. Got to clean the windows up. We'll use gasoline to clean those up. He'll go ahead now, start vacuuming out the bigger stuff. All right, we'll be back.
Oh, you video?
Yeah, no.
Okay. Yeah, purple is one of the best things to use, as far as we know so far. So far.
Well, we used to have better, but the environmentalists, it was harming the streams and stuff. This one here is supposed to be safe. For now. It'll probably change in a few years.
For now.
So you already use the vacuum. Vacuum up as much as you can. Still have a little there.
But you see back here?
But in there, where the filter was,
it's nice.
It's cleaned out. So we'll just spray everything down. Yeah, it's already cutting through right there. So that's good. We might have to do this about 2 or 3 times. All right, we'll be back.
A cake on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's even better. Yeah, just moving the leaves so I can get it sprayed down, you know.
That's the intake manifold right there. That black thing, it's not supposed to be black, but oh yeah, that's cutting it quick. Yeah, try not to smell in the fumes. The fumes strong. So I'm doing a well ventilated area, which is outside.
Can't get no better.
So,
and the board in the back.
Yeah, that board in the back should be a heat shield, so it should be aluminum color.
Yeah, it's getting nice.
Yeah, it's getting clean.
Real nice.
We'll be back when we. This was the second coat, no washing yet. So we'll be back. All right, this will be the first wash down. That was the thing right here.
Air filter?
Air filter. Let me move this so I don't step on it.
Start the first wash.
Yeah, you go ahead.
And that's got away from the wild, where I take the cow, you know?
Yeah, I could already see a difference there on the white.
You see the board in the back?
Oh yeah, it's actually a metal aluminum color now. And I wet the alternator, everything. Everything gets washed down because it's going to crank up. If the alternator was bad, it would be bad anyway. And I want it to be bad when I wet it, not when it decides to be on the road and get wet. I'll be back. That's what's coming out. All right. We'll be done with this one in a little bit and then give it a second wash when it dries up. This is the other side, color of the water. And this engine does not leak any oil. I don't know what they were doing that is that much oil on top of it.
Years of no kidding.
But she runs good. We just took it back, what, an hour and a half drive with no issue whatsoever. The tires, the front tires might need to be swapped out. The rear has a lot of grip, but
Don't worry, if any upgrades, you'll get it.
don't do this like the Lancer.
Better.
No, don't touch this one. Yeah, still have caking at the bottom area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Very
a little
small.
bit there. But that'll do on the
But-
second.
Yes, that's for sure.
All up here. Still thick.
Yeah. But that is plastic. Yeah, it's plastic with a metal texture.
So, all right, then. We'll be back. All right, this is the last wash we'll do on it. Second and last for today.
Don't mind me, people. I'll grease it back over.
We'll just put some grease back on that. Some of that lithium grease. Spray everything down. The alternator is right down there. It got scrubbed down too, not as much as everything else, but it got sprayed down too. At least now we can see the engine is metal. It's not a black painted motor. That's the compressor, dryer, and stuff that's over there that he's just scrubbing up on. I don't know how they got those black. Yeah. All right, let's spray her down.
Ready? We get from here just to shoot it down next time. Just say this guy, no? That's all. Okay.
And it should come down a little bit cleaner than the first time. What he did this time was use a brush and scrub down hard to reach places so that the next time he does it, it'll spray places that he just see build up in. And this will give you a good idea if you're going to have leaks to know where they are. And then what we'll do is still start it up now. One thing that we have to remind you, if you have a gas engine, don't spray it down like this. The diesel engines are a little bit different. They don't have the spark plugs and wires and stuff like that. Even though the new ones now with the coil packs and them are a little different, but If you have an older one, don't try doing it like that with the distributor. The water is still coming out dark, real dark. Not as dark as the first time, but it's still dark. Okay. That's the alternator area where he's spraying down. And we'll fire it up so you see it's gonna fire just like it's supposed to.
Engine down here, see it.
Oh yeah, now you can see there's an engine block painted black. Yeah, we'll come back when it's all done. All right, that's all done now. That's what it looks like. Go ahead and start it up. Oh, you washing your hand?
Yeah,
All right, we'll come back when he has his hands washed up. Yeah. Hey, why you wash it on my concrete?
washing the concrete.
No, I like my concrete staying clean.
Yeah, that's what I did.
All right.
Making sure the concrete clean.
Yeah.
I always make sure the concrete and the work area is clean.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, fire it up. Let me see how she...
Wow.
Hey, now you see now.
Jeez. People, do not do this if you live in a city. You will be fined. At least in the country, you can hide it.
Fire right on up. Sound almost like mine. A little softer. That's why I might change my settings. That's good. All right, now I'll be spraying it with the this is the foam from the bottom and still catching back up on the top for any spots we didn't miss. Just letting it dry a little bit and then we can hit it again.
Yeah. This one here.
There's a foam.
Like spray up here too?
Yeah. So there's a foam. There's a breakdown from the bottom. So that way you can see every place that you need to hit, the way you haven't hit. Catch up in those spots right there. That way, yeah, harder to scrub.
I think Jim just sent me more pictures of your tail.
Down at the bottom area in there. Yeah, down in the block, yeah. And compared from the beginning, this engine is completely different.
Oh yeah. You can check that video.
Then we'll look at the timing belt after it's all clean. Make sure that, you know, the belt doesn't need to change, even though we will be changing it. But we have to look at it first, make sure they didn't change it. The guy had no records on anything. Yeah, yeah, we have the new air filter, new oil filter, new oil, new cabin filter, and that's it, right?
If I can change, put the cabin in now.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and
Out the way.
start that.
Well, actually,
All right, that's the last wash it'll get. Plus, the skies are looking bad. It's gonna come down soon. Man, that thing looks so good. Don't forget the bottom.
yeah. Right.
All right, he's just getting the bottom. And then that should be it. The next washing will be probably the next weekend if he decides it needs a little more. But we'll roll it into the garage and do all the changing of stuff. Fuel filter, that's the last one.
Yep, looking good, then.
All right,
It is.
all done now.
She ready.
That's it.
Hey.